Woo! Big day in the football world today, especially in the Boston scene. Tom Brady, suspension, reinstated by the appeals court. What do you guys got?
My blood's boiling. I hate it. I hate it so much.
To set the table a little bit for those of you who don't know, we're all from New England. Richie now lives in California. Al now lives in New Hampshire. I live in Massachusetts. And we're all Boston sports fans. But let's get to the appeal. 2-1 vote. A judge dissented. A judge dissented. Now, I don't know what that word means. I think I know what it means, but I don't know what it means. I think it just means he went no, fuck this case. I'm not even going.
I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm out.
Right. I think there was a statistic where it said 1% of judges dissent.
Yeah.
So it's not that happens all the time. That's for sure.
I think it's fucking bullshit on the sense of the ruling that Goodell made was on the Wells report. And so when he ruled Brady suspension, it was on that information. There's been so much information that has been released since then that totally washes the Wells report out of the way. I don't think judges should be able to go back and rule whether or not he made the right decision if the decision he made was on false information.
But we need to get a little bit more relevant than that. So what this ruling is not about whether Tom Brady deflated footballs or not. This ruling was that Roger Goodell had the power within
to make the decision.
To do it. Right. This is essentially saying that Tom Brady could walk out and wear a Puma jersey, and he could just go because he wanted to. No, you're suspended for a year. He could do whatever he for whatever reason.
And it makes sense that it's in the bargaining agreement that he has been given that power, but it's just over the fucking top when he's only making the decisions that are factually wrong, and two, he's only making such harsh decisions because how much he fucked up with Ray Rice, Greg Hardy. He made such poor decisions with that. He tried to save face, and then destroyed Brady's fucking his character.
He's the worst.
They were talking about today, they were like, so is this finally over? Are we done with Deflategate? And they're like, oh, we're pretty much at the end of it. Goodell has the option of putting the suspension into full effect now or trying to come to some agreement with Tom Brady. Why the fuck is Roger Goodell going through all of this to now try to come to some agreement? It's not going to happen. It's over. He's suspended for 4 games.
Yeah, why would Goodell get 4 games and then be like, nah, Tom, I'm only going to give you 2?
I think Goodell would like this scenario. If Tom Brady comes out and admits that he's wrong and that he knew something about it, he'll drop it to 2.
No way. Whether or not Brady knew something about it, he would never come out and say it.
I don't think he would come out and say it, and that's almost it might not even be possible, because how can Goodell then get I did it, and then be like, okay, you're suspended for less games now.
Right. Also,
he's out for 4. He's out for 4.
Wouldn't Brady also get in legal trouble? But Brady already admitted under oath that he had nothing to do with it. So if he came out and said, oh, yeah, I did, wouldn't he get, fucked over for lying under oath?
Is that perjury?
Yeah, that's true.
But
I don't know.
That's a big deal.
No idea. I don't know what dissent means. I don't know what perjury means. I think I know what they mean. To what I was talking about. Why would Roger Goodell settle now? He had the biggest power boner before. Imagine his boner is exploding right now.
Just new veins popping out left and right.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's have you ever seen that video where the guy puts nitrogen or whatever in his dick, whatever? And it's just
what type of videos are you watching? What? No, I haven't seen that video.
You act like that's such a common video.
It went viral. Oh, but you'll watch.
It went viral.
You'll watch videos of chainsaws taking people's heads off.
But when it comes to
that's gross. But
when it comes to dicks,
different
no way.
about dude, a video says check out this man's dick. It's huge. It's all grotesque.
Not even close. That's not even close to how it was explained.
Pretty much assuming Brady's done for 4 games. We've got Arizona, Miami, Buffalo, and the Texans. What do you think we're doing? We got Jimmy G.
We'll have We'll have Martellus Bennett now to pair up with Gronk.
We'll have Bennett. We'll have Edelman, Amendola. I pray that
Fucking Nate Washington
Dion
too,
Lewis
right?
is Nate Washington. Oh, also, I don't know how good he'll be, but Chris Hogan. Yeah,
Ooh, Hulk Hogan? We got the Hulkster?
We got
Hollywood
the fucking
Chris Hogan.
Hulkster, baby. That's gonna be a T-shirt. Chris Hollywood Hogan.
It's not bad.
Trademark drinks and things.
That's a good.
No,
that's
but-
a good T-shirt.
Is that a trademark or is that a copyright? Do you know the difference?
We're taking both. Trademark carp. Yep.
One's like a
Fading
C with a
Mike,
circle
Carpenter?
around it.
It's registered.
The other's
too.
a T.
I mean, I know what they look like. But
Yeah, that's the only difference that I know of the two.
Gibbs.
Like we fived it.
That's it.
That's gonna be our first T-shirt drop. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Twitter. We'll get it to you first.
Also, if you can find somebody to make T-shirts for free, let us know.
Stop talking about the damn shirts. We don't have shirts. This is our second episode.
Should we continue
of
to suck Brady's dick?
No.
Wait, what was that?
Dude, I was about to lay down a great segue into our next segment, and then you cut me off talking about dicks, and you say that I'm fucked about dicks. You
No, but
fucked
what's
up
the
our
question?
It's
Wow.
Brady's dick. A guy is allowed to
You
talk
asked me
about
if you would
Brady's
suck
dick.
it?
Would you suck his dick?
Speaking of
I think I'd
dicks,
do it.
Would you suck Brady's dick?
Is there money involved?
You gotta be best friends with him
forever.
Oh, dude.
forever.
I give him a blowjob every day.
If I
I give him a
could,
blowjob every day to keep that friendship. There's no question. If you two wouldn't, then you two are a little bit gay.
So we're gay for not sucking Brady's dick.
You know that thing is huge.
you know how I know you're gay? Is you could have just sucked his dick once and been his best friend, but you chose.
But you chose to do the
I
rest of your
volunteer
life.
for every single day. Do I
One
regret
day,
it?
no. I want it every day.
Derek can't contribute to this conversation, but if he was not such a nerd and watched Game of Thrones all the time, we could talk about last night's episode.
Yeah, fucking.
Because that was sick. It's actually a bad idea, though. We should stay away from things like that. People don't like spoiler alerts. Our fans,
Our
they're
fans
not going
hate
to want to see
spoilers.
that if they haven't. 6 of our fans.
If you combine our subscribers and our followers, we're at like 60.
Anyway, so we had to call an emergency film session because of the news today. So let's just dive right into Steph Curry's injury.
Dude,
What does that do for the Warriors?
This is brutal. Not only for the Warriors. I mean, they'll still be fine. They'll win this series. They'll win the next series. But long term, this could have lingering effects going into the finals. And just for Steph Curry, like the year he's coming off of, right now having this injury like this fucking sucks. It's like a sad situation
Yeah.
for him.
It really is. And it's so fucking annoying that it happened because he stepped on a wet spot on the court.
Somebody needs to find out who the towel kid is. And that
Kick
gets
his ass.
done.
And fire his ass.
No, like take him out back and like you'll never see him again type of status.
A little spanking.
Yeah.
Put him 6 feet up.
I'm pro spanking in that
Spank the
situation.
shit out of him.
Don't know
I
what
wouldn't
we're
spank
talking
someone.
about? Check out our first video.
I feel so bad for Steph. Like, really, like I think he's the best shooter I've ever seen. The stuff that he hits and how easily he can hit it, how good his dribbles are. Like, he's just an unreal player, and he's in his prime. So fun to watch, and to not have him be in the playoffs, it just hurts big time.
Is the time frame for the injury, like I saw out for 2 weeks, is that at least 2 weeks, maybe longer?
At least 2 weeks. They're going to reevaluate in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
The thing is-
this is serious. This is a serious injury. Is this what, sprained MCL?
Yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah, I sprained my MCL once. I thought my leg ripped off. I like their chances getting to the Western Conference Finals, probably playing the Spurs without Steph, but
Yeah.
I don't like their chances against the Spurs without Steph.
You know what the
Well,
scary
that's-
thing about the Spurs is that nobody talks about them because of like
Ever.
the run
They haven't in a
that
decade.
the run that Golden State had this year was what everybody talked about, the season Steph had, but the Spurs were just as good and nobody talked about them.
they had what, 5 less wins, something like that.
Dude, that's so much motivation as a team, like knowing you're that good and nobody talking about you. Like you just want to destroy people in the playoffs. It's crazy.
Moving on, Conor McGregor.
Fucking idiot.
So Conor McGregor backs out because he doesn't want to do media, doesn't want to fly, he just wants to train, just wants to fight. announces his retirement because Dana White pulls him from UFC 200. Then all of a sudden, McGregor tweets back and says, no, I'm in. And then the UFC puts out a statement and says, nah. What do you guys got on McGregor?
McGregor is a fucking moron. Not him retiring. It's not like he could go to another league. He's still under contract for the UFC or with the UFC. So no matter what, he can't fight professionally ever again. And he wants to be paid to do promotion as well as being paid to fight. Him doing promotion is what pays him big money to fight. If he didn't do promotion, nobody would watch the fights, and then he would get paid less. So him doing promotions, he is getting paid. And like the UFC doesn't give a fuck about McGregor. Like, he's a big name for him, but a year ago, who knew about Conor McGregor? Nobody. The UFC pushed him, and because he's an entertaining guy, he's well spoken, he's fun to watch, fun to like interview. But the UFC is just going to find somebody else. John Jones is back now. That feud with him and Daniel Cormier, the UFC could forget about McGregor. Nobody would remember who he is next year, and he could just ride the John Jones bandwagon, and that'd be it.
People will remember McGregor.
They'll remember, but like, picture if he never fights again. Like, what would you say? Like, oh, he got his ass kicked the last time. Like, he was fun to watch, but that's it.
Yeah, people will remember that he got his ass kicked, and then he became a prima donna, and it was done. They wouldn't remember him because he was a good fighter for a pretty short period of time. It's not like he's been doing this for a long time. I mean, maybe before UFC or whatever. I know that he had some big wins. I'm not a huge UFC guy, but he got his ass beat. I know that it was a whole thing with going up in weight or whatever it was, but you can't do this shit, dude. You sign on. You know what you sign on for. Just do what you got to fucking do. Show up. Don't talk if you don't want to fucking talk, and then fight. Just do just do what you got.
And you know what the UFC said? The UFC told McGregor they would fly his whole team out to Vegas and build a replica gym for him where everybody can stay and train and be the exact same. And McGregor still said no.
I mean, it would be cool to see Aldo beat McGregor because that fight was just annoying.
I think the best thing that came from that fight was the UFC video game where McGregor says, 13 seconds is my knockout.
Yeah, he goes like 1, 2, 3 seconds.
The way he says that word, I'll tell you right now.
To all our fans out there, Derek loves his accent. He can't get enough.
Another funny topic that came up this week. Recently was 420. Everybody knows what the day stands for. And Snapchat decided to come out with the Bob Marley blackface filter on 420. Like they didn't know what they were doing. Yeah, what do you guys think about it?
The people that hate it are just overreacting. It's like, it's Bob Marley. That's what Bob Marley looks like. Bob Marley is known for smoking weed. Like, it's not just like they said, like, oh, 420, only black people smoke weed. They just pumped Bob Marley's face up. Like, how can you get sensitive over that?
I think that the funniest thing for me about that was that somebody told me that it was Charles Barkley. So I went in thinking that it was... so I went in... Somebody told me that. They were like, dude, have you seen the Charles Barkley filter? So I went in expecting to see a Charles Barkley filter, and it was Bob Marley. So not what I thought it was going to be, but it was fucking hilarious going into it. Yeah, man.
That's so funny.
That's just America nowadays. Everybody just fucking bitching about something because they want to bitch about something. Everyone's so sensitive. I'm not going to walk out in blackface. Like, I'm not going to put on black paint. I'm not going to pull a Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
But it's not like blackface. Why are people saying blackface? It's Bob Marley's face. Like, it's
exactly.
We're not painting our faces black. We're putting on Bob Marley's face.
You guys remember I did blackface for Halloween a couple years ago?
You're Lil Wayne.
I dressed up as
Lil
Wayne.
Yeah, it was sick. You look just like Wheezy.
And like I kind of was nervous going out in blackface, but like if you're going to dress up like somebody, but like you can't look white and dress up as Lil Wayne. Then you're not Lil Wayne.
No.
Mm.
But the Snapchat thing, I say if the people that are complaining about that it's like blackface, whatever, like give us one. Why not let us look like a really rad black guy? I think the Snapchat thing, like let us look like Bob Marley for a minute. Like it's pretty cool. He's a cool dude. He likes to smoke weed and hang out and play music. Nothing, no
Dude,
harm in that.
I got such a cool surprise, I think. Where'd it go? I just found this randomly the other day.
That's pretty badass.
I'm gonna be like this for the rest of the video. I love this. This is a nice look for me.
But this is exactly why that you have to have that Bob Marley Snapchat filter so that that just looks ridiculous. Like when you put Bob Marley's face on it, it looks great.
I think either way is kind of ridiculous, but
I don't know if it's ridiculous, and the fact that I got my Jameson shirt on and I'm matching, I think I look sick. I'm not gonna lie. This drink is IRIE, man. Rastafari. That's pretty racist. We should cut that out of the video. We don't want racism.
I don't condone racism, but we talk about it.
In our defense, though, I've been to Jamaica twice, and they tell me to say those words. They're like, repeat after me. Everything is IRIE. Is it
but
racist?
dude, you don't have that
I don't
accent. That's not your natural
Everything
accent.
is IRIE, man. I think I do. Drinking real quick.
Yeah, these videos make me drink real fast.
Yep.
I go make a drink, and while I'm there, I make my drink, and then I take a shot at the same time. Then I come back, and I finish my drink, and I make a new one, and take a shot. And it's all catching up to me real quick.
Do you remember that time that I passed out on the roller coaster?
Yeah, hilarious. We go up a little hill, take a corner, and then just go immediately down a hill. And I look at Derek, I look over at Derek, and he's like, woo! We get to the top of the hill, and we're about to go down, and I look at him, and he just goes like, we went down the whole hill, and he's just like, and we get to the bottom, and he just goes, dude, I just blacked out. It's like, I know, I watched the whole thing.
Dude, those are my favorite videos online, is when people do the slingshot, and then they're laughing, and when the person just goes like...
Was it the Batman ride at Six Flags New England?
No, I think we're in Florida.
No, we were in Six Flags New England.
Then why'd you ask?
Because I wanted him to agree, and now he's disagreeing, so I've got to let him know he's wrong.
All right, that was Drinks and Things.
I had a good time. Did you guys have a good time?
I had a good time.
I
I had
progressively
a
got
real
more.
good time.
It's always fun hanging out with you boys.
I like it sometimes. If I had other things to do, I would do it, but I don't.
That's it right there. That's it right there. All right, guys.